Welcome back to Tiny Bar Chats After Hours. And again, this is a segment when we bring on our friends, sponsors, crew, and have a conversation about what they got going on and talk a little bit more about other things. Today we have none other than Sholi the Holy. Welcome.
What's up, my brother? How you doing?
You feeling good?
It was good.
A1, man. You know.
So Sholi just released a 15-track EP. It made me miss the good old days back in the day when you open it up and you're like,
fire beat.
man. With a lot of new features and some staples like Ty Henny. So it's a star-studded, if I could say that, album, and it's been in the making. So give us a little bit about that.
I was on tour. When I got off tour, I tore my quad tendon, so I was sidelined for a little while. I was going through the motions a little bit, just trying to figure out what my next step was going to be. And when I got back in motion, I felt like I ain't dropped an album in a while. So, I just wanted to, update people on where I'm at and how I'm feeling, what my views is, what my perspective is. So that's basically what this is. And, that's why I called it Holy Was Here. It's just like leaving my mark. And this is just a part of my journey and where I'm at.
Yeah. So we've noticed like a really, really super like present, a media run. So you've been everywhere, not just you, with a lot of the artists that I've mentioned.
Yeah.
Just putting your foot on their necks, if you could say that, right? So that notice that's a strategy that you really like are pushing on. Mm-hmm. What else did you do different on this album? Is there anything different from any other approaches you took before?
On this album, I focused a lot more on song making. I'm a freestyle. I'm known for freestyles, lyricism, bars. So I think people can misconstrue that as if you don't have the song making ability in your repertoire. So, I just focused on song building. I made records with Nova, Was I On Key, J Rock Jackson. I just delegated a lot of things to them as far as the hooks and just doing what I do best, matching it with what they do best, putting us around the best producers, and just getting the best sound that we could get, so it could be as cohesive as it needed to be.
Yeah. So this is a Connecticut album, so it's not one-sided. And I mean, you're not the only artist that's doing that. I mean, shout out to so many artists, including Craze White, who tries to be everywhere and tries to bridge that gap that we kind of have with an A60, 203, and Connecticut's not the biggest state, right? So I noticed that your album really has Connecticut presence from all corners.
Yeah, definitely. And, that was a conscious decision. But in the same breath, it's them people. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just me working with people from Connecticut because they from Connecticut.
Right.
Like, Nova Big Stepper is one of them ones. J Rock Jackson is one of them ones. Ty Henny is one of them ones. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't just me working with people from Connecticut. It was me working with the best and the brightest. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So it's intentional. And what was the process? How long did it take you from the moment you decided I'm going to start writing for an album?
I don't know, probably around a year.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of the songs came more recently because I was getting ready to roll the album out, and once I started rolling the album out and it started growing legs and getting momentum, producers was reaching out to me more. So what I thought was finished, I made like 7 more records in the last month of, when I announced the date, I made a bunch of more records before then.
Yeah.
And I just went with, what I thought was the best ones.
But so, I mean, it's reminiscent of, again, the good times. I mean, hip hop still, it's still growing. It's still a lot going on. Yeah. But, nostalgia wise, I remember just that would take longer than just, a couple months. And not that you can't do that.
But that's why it hit the way it hit, because it's not just something I made in 7 days. It's something I lived with. It's something that I revisited and revised. Let me fix this. Let me change that. Let me get this person in. So like Bulletproof Glass with Ty Henny, that song was done for 5 months before he got on it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, wow.
And it was just like, I know he'll sound good on this record, and we both live in a fast-paced lifestyle, so it's just like, I got to give time for it to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when we got around to it, it was what I knew it would be, you know?
Yeah, and that's the good thing about not having like a deadline or trying to race against time and just put out records, because you knew what it was for and you knew you just had to wait. And shout out to Ty Henny again. That's why it was definitely worth the wait. And again, noticing the presence and the footwork, and we had this conversation where we have Vernon on, Vernon Thompson, about just being in people's faces, not like in an aggressive manner, but just physically outside instead of just Facebook all the time and Instagram.
Yeah.
So that makes a huge difference, man. That makes a huge difference.
Definitely, just having a rollout calendar and a schedule is something that was new for me, because people will always tell me like, yo, you work hard and this, that, and the other, but I would be winging it. You know what I mean? Like, I get a record done, shoot the video, put it out, deal with the momentum from that, work on another record, put it out, put a video out, get invited on Sway, go, get invited on the radar, go. But it was no rhyme or reason. It was just me doing shit.
Yeah.
So with this, it was like, this is going to happen this day. This is going to happen this day. This is going to happen this day.
A true rollout.
And but I'm noticing the difference in inertia, if you will. Like, everything is adding on to the last thing I've done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. I'm stepping into that.
You like the structure better than...
I don't like it better. It's more effective though. You know, we all like just doing what the fuck we feel like doing, but
that's like hustling. You just do what you do, and that's it.
It ain't the most effective way though.
Right,
when you got some reasoning behind your handle, it start to make more sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you got a strong team behind you too.
For sure.
Like, besides supporters and people that you know show love, pun intended, here and there. I know for a fact there's a lot of people that are not necessarily always on the forefront behind.
Yeah,
Shout out to
definitely,
everybody.
man. A lot of people show me love and, you know, pause in different ways, but, you know, I might be doing them a disservice by explaining it, because I don't want them to. I don't want that energy to be, you know, that might not be for everybody, the shit that they've done for me. So
yeah, exactly. So and that's when you do things, it's not about having any bringing it up or having a conversation about it.
No, I like, you know what I'm saying, I would like to give people credit, but I'm just saying I don't know if I might be pissing them off by doing that. Like, I don't want people to know I did that for you, or
that's
that
true.
I'm even open to.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Shit.
You're right. You're right. And again, you know, you know who's doing things for the actual, the love of you and the craft and your artistry,
and they know I'm appreciative.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's next for you?
It's up in the air because I got a tape that's almost done with The Breed, and
shout out to The Breed.
It's a lot. It's a lot that I. You know what I'm saying? Can't totally explain.
Yeah.
But we gonna shake shit up in a real way, and it's not stopping. You know what I'm saying? How they say it? Am I looking at this camera?
Yeah.
Shit ain't stopping.
Listen, it's about time, brother.
Shit is not stopping, man. You know what I'm saying? We just pressing the gas more.
Yeah.
We going up more. You know what I'm saying? The momentum is only gonna go up, and the relationships is, you know what I'm saying, they doing what they supposed to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We stomping, we putting our flag down, and it just is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And shaking, you know, perceptions and old wives' tales that we've had about our not only the industry or the culture, but just like Connecticut.
Yeah.
Everybody complains, like, but you know, nobody's really solution based. And I think you've proven that if you just kind of focus, do what you need to do, not necessarily like it, but
I mean, it's a lot to it, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like one of my roles is I said that recently, I feel like one of my roles is to show what's possible. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have a lot of examples musically here of what's possible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or how. So as I learn, you know what I'm saying, I'm a wealth of information for somebody else.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, lead by example.
Yeah.
It's out there.
Yeah, so I'm just, you know, learning and building. And as I learn, I could give it to somebody else. I could pass the information to somebody else. I could, you know what I'm saying, create a relationship between somebody else. So it's just like figuring out the press run situation, the promo situation, the PR situation, who do the ad man, the radio guy, like just learning all these things and who and why.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Those relationships, what makes the gears move, right?
What makes it move for real. Because when you first starting this shit, you know, you don't really be knowing why or what.
Yeah, you just see the end result.
Yeah, you emulating something else. So you saying, I need to do that because I seen Jay-Z do it, or I need to do that because I saw Meek Mill do it, but you don't know what's really the catalyst to the emotion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So as I keep going in this shit, I'm just learning more and more, and that's what's important.
Curious question. So, outside of Connecticut, right? While you traveled, whether on tour or doing your promo run, what place showed you the most love that you may not have expected?
Denver was crazy.
Where?
Denver
Denver.
was crazy.
Wow.
Denver was crazy.
I can't imagine.
He said
I've never been.
He said that 3 times.
Yeah.
It must have been crazy.
No, Denver was crazy on and off the mic. Like
Oh, yeah.
Denver was crazy on and off the mic.
Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Because it was a part of Denver where it was like, where the fuck am I at? like we was downtown and it was oddly built women and
Oh.
it was crazy. But then it was a mall called, I want to say it was called Cherry Creek. And they had I want to say East African women. They had like green eyes and like they was just beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was a dope vibe. But as far as the performance goes, I forget where we was at, Cervantes or something like that, and it was packed. And once I got into my act, when I got to the acapella, because I was doing the acapella at every show,
Yeah.
that's my strong
Yeah,
suit.
yeah.
You put me in front of a crowd and I turn the beat off, it's up. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? So when I got into the acapella, I could just see the room lighting up. You know what I'm saying? By the time I got off the stage, it was like, yo, let me take a picture with you. Hey, it looked like I was doing a meet and greet when I got off stage.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
That must feel great.
It was hella love out there for
Hell
sure.
yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
And that's what I would say to anybody who, not that I was struggling with local fanfare, but if you are struggling with local fanfare or for whatever reason, you don't got to stop there, man. You can go somewhere else and put your thing down. And if it's what you think it is, it'll resonate. You know what I'm saying? So you might got to go a state over, a couple states over, a couple cities over, and you know what I'm saying, try your hand.
Yeah. I mean that's a lesson that we should all take from that. Just getting out of your bubble, right? Like I said, just kind of like swatting away all the negative misconceptions.
me,
or
right?
You said what?
Kinda like me, right?
Yeah, just like let's make this happen.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So, what are you excited about in the near future? So I asked you what's next, but just overall, is there anything particularly excited about that you can talk about?
I'm gonna drop a deluxe to this. I'm gonna drop a Holy Was Here deluxe with a couple songs that ain't on here yet.
You really doing it like
No, we gonna do it for real.
Yo.
We're not gonna fuck around.
Yeah.
Man. Can I? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I got a freestyle that I just did with Ripe Tangerines. Shout out to Tange. I got a freestyle that I just did with DJ Double up on 94.5 in Boston. I'm waiting for that to drop. So we're just gonna keep shaking shit up, man. And for me, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like on my journey, my brother would tell me, like he would use basketball as an example. And he'll be like, when you learn new moves, you stop doing your old moves. So like when you learning the ball or whatever, or you in the balling
Yeah.
and you got like an in and out move you do,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You might forget, you might do that and not do the crossover that you used to do a month ago.
Right.
Because you so stuck on the in and out and that is working.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like you get to that point where it's like you got to remember everything that's in your arsenal, the in and out, the crossover, the step back, the push off, the float, the reverse. Like you got to remember everything you know how to do and do them all at the right moment. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's like the freestyles, the relationships I have, my in the street following, my internet following, being able to go on this platform, being able to go to this project in real life and touch the people, like, you know what I'm saying? Just everything that I could do, the relationships I got with nightclub DJs, everything at one time, just doing everything at the right moment
Right.
and leaving nothing to chance. You know what I mean?
timing is powerful.
Facts.
Is there anything you want people to know that they may not know about you, or you think you're just open as much as you can?
What I would want people to know about me, I don't know, man. That's a unique question.
We're kind of known for that in this podcast.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like when you know my background and you know my past in the streets and that I, you know what I'm saying, did this, that, and the other, that I've been to jail, that I rap, I'm from this place. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of me, but that's not all there is to
That's
who
right.
I am. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
there's more to it. I'm passionate about a lot of other shit, and you know, time will tell. But you know what I'm saying? I just want people to know that, like, that's why my music is the way it is, because it's layered. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got kids, you know what I'm saying, that I care dearly about, that
Yes.
I'm around every day, and you
That
know
are
what I'm
watching you.
yeah, that I want to give the right food to, and arm them for, you know, what's to come.
That's right.
Saying so, it's about family. You know what I'm saying? It's about impacting your community the right way, and not just talking about it, not
Yeah.
just complaining, being about the action. So you know,
Yeah. So that's one
Too
thing I
much.
always said, just as a fan, is you know, you do talk about a lot of the stuff that you've been through and that you went through, but there's always a moral. You know, obviously you do your braggadocious stuff, right? You freestyle and you talk your shit, right? But there's a lot of songs that is really like, wow, this is a real picture of what someone's going through.
Yeah.
Insecurities, the reason why you may have done certain things. So those things always stick with me because it gives you a full-rounded artist, which is what hip hop is about. It's not just
Yeah.
one thing.
I mean, you gotta be able to tell people what's real, man. Like, I could tell you get up here and sell crack and sell dope and this, that, and the other, but you know what I'm saying? Who gonna tell you what it's like when your mother die and you in jail and they say you can't go to the funeral because you don't got the same last name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who gonna tell you what that's like?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who gonna tell you what it's like when you find out your girl pregnant on a jail phone call? You know what I'm saying? Who gonna tell you what it's like when your man get killed while you in jail and there's nothing you could do?
Yeah.
One of my favorite songs is 15 Minutes.
That's the real.
Because that song is like a warning. It's
Yeah.
not even like a braggy. It starts off with the
Yeah.
good stuff, but then it goes down. And then when you can visualize, you know, without the visual,
Yeah. And
it's always
you
good
know what I'm
stuff.
saying? I don't ever want it to come off as preachy. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Because I'm an advocate of, you got to figure it out for yourself.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
I've heard a million times, the only way out of the streets is death in jail. That shit never stopped me from doing nothing.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I've watched my older brothers go to jail. I watched people I know get killed and this, that, and the other. And nothing prevented me from doing that.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't try to be preachy to people. I know people are going to do what they want to do, and affinity is a strong thing. So, you know, I just encourage people to use their head with whatever they doing. So, you know, if you in the streets, which I'm not encouraging, but if you in the streets, you don't got to be a fucking idiot.
Right.
And you don't got to be looking for trouble, and you don't got to be on bullshit 24/7. You know what I'm saying? It's a means to an end.
Yeah.
And it could lead to something greater, as it has for a lot of people, or it could, you get life. you get
Yeah.
killed. But,
Yeah.
Easily.
you know what I'm saying? I'm just encouraging people to, you know what I'm saying, try to figure it out as best they can in whatever avenue they on. And, you know, just to always look for the most fruitful path that requires the, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say the least amount of risk, but at some point, the least amount of risk.
Yeah, just calculated risk taking, which, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, transparency is the best
you know what I'm
teacher.
saying? Like, if maybe you could risk something other than your life.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You might risk 20,000 on the camera and however much on the home and roll the dice on ads and this, that, and the other, and you could fail, but you ain't dead. Or
Yeah.
you ain't in the jail at the end of it.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And
Right.
that's always a good thing.
So,
Yeah.
you know, you can take that hustle, because what I do know is the shit that you learn in the streets is dangerous in a good way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you gambling your life, your freedom. You dealing with betrayal from the people that's closest to you. It's plots that's developing that you got to be able to read body language and see when niggas is on bullshit with you, and when the neighborhood ain't feeling you, or when your girl might be dealing with a nigga that want to kill you. You got to be able to pick up on these subtle things. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
when you could take that skill set to something else, it's like
Yeah.
easy at that point. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I just say take the shit that you learn in that walk of life and try to apply it to some
Yeah.
other shit, nightlife,
That works in the
food and
business world.
beverage, clothing, whatever.
Yeah.
That, you know what I'm saying? That same way you can market and promote and brand or whatever.
Yeah.
It does work.
For sure.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you got cutthroat cats in the business world that act like they're your friend, and
I mean, the business world
You
is
know, they're
it's
trying to
just
take
as
you and
bad.
take your money and
Hell yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, finance, just anything when there's a lot of money at stake, it is gonna be. You have to be like, you gotta watch out for everything. You
Gotta
gotta be
keep your hand on the
strategic.
swivel for sure.
Yeah. So so a lot of the stuff that you do have to, if you're forced to take that life in the street, that you can definitely translate that to it. If you're gonna take that risk, like you say, you can take a whole different risk, but you'll be kind of skilled for it now. So yeah, man. Well, thank you for coming by.
Appreciate you.
And tell us where we can find you, or where we can look for your music, where we can find you, where we can follow your tours and everything that you got going on.
You can follow me on Shody54 on Instagram, TikTok. You know what I'm saying? You can find my music on every platform, SHOWLY. I got Show Love 1, Show Love 2, Billions, Dope Sample, the latest, Holy Was Here, Flawless, Classic. You know what I'm saying? And you can find me on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You can find me on your favorite freestyle platform, Burning It Down. Like I said, man, nothing changed but the date, man. That's it.
And there you have it.
There it is.
After hours. It's always a fun time.
If you
Peace.
ain't heard Sholey,
Yes,
you need to hear Sholey.
absolutely. Highly recommended.
Yes, sir.
Boom.